Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today we're going to be talking about how to get started into real estate investing with only $10,000. So if you have $10,000, how can anyone get started in real estate investing if they only have $10,000? Because there's a lot of misconceptions. When I first started in real estate in 2006, I thought I need all the money to buy a property. For example, if I saw a house and it was $200,000, I thought I needed all the $200,000 cash to be able to buy this property. Now, 12 years later, many years later, I've, I've understand and learned that there's many ways to structure deals for me to be able to buy a property without having the whole purchase price. And that's why I'm doing this video, because there's so much misconception out there. Now, let me say this. If you follow the traditional path, then yes, you will need all the purchase amount, and you will also need to borrow money from a bank. What I'm going to talk about today is how to start in real estate investing with only $10,000 without a bank loan, without credit, okay? Without having the whole purchase price. If the house is 200, without coming up with the whole 200. Yes, I know it's hard to believe, and that's why I'm sharing you my secrets. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, I freestyle. I'm not scripted. And by the way, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you my opinions on how I've done things. Okay. So if I was going to start in real estate investing and I only had $10,000, I would break it up into three parts. So I would take that $10,000 and break into three sections. Again, if I had $10,000, I was going to start in real estate investing. And I was going to use some of the strategies that I teach as creative real estate investing, where you don't need to have the whole purchase price. You don't need to have credit. You're not going to deal with the bank. I would take my $10,000 and divide it into three sections. All right. Section number one, I'm going to talk about right now. But please understand, what I'm going to explain to you is going to be totally contradictory with the traditional way of doing it. So it's going to sound like, wow, man, this doesn't work, because it's so different. And because it's so different, it's what makes it work. Okay. Now, if I had $10,000, I would divide it into three sections. The section number one is the most important part to get the business started, to get the business rolling. And once you have the business started, to be able to actually have profits and be able to scale the business. So step number one is the most crucial step, okay, which is marketing. So if I had $10,000, I would break my money up and put one third of it into marketing. Now, the way I would start in real estate investing if I only had $10,000 is I would work with homeowners direct. Again, I would work with homeowners direct. I would not be using a real estate agent. I would not be looking on the MLS. That's just not the way to do it. Everyone else is doing that, right? I would not be doing any of that stuff. What I would be doing is I would be working directly with homeowners. Now, I'm not going to be working with all types of homeowners, because I understand that the business that I'm in is what I call the pawn shop of real estate. And if I had $10,000 and I was going to get into real estate investing without banks, without a loan, without credit, then I would have to be very, very creative and use my imagination. So I would have to know my audience. So my audience is not every home seller out there in the world. No, 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 no. My audience is a specific type of home seller, which I call motivated sellers. And there are two types of motivated sellers out there: financial and emotional. They're both different. Financial means they're having a money hardship. Emotional means they could be rich, but they still don't want to deal with the problem anymore. Whatever story may be, family died, they don't want to deal with it. Okay, so I'm not going to get into that too deep. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to start in real estate investing with only $10,000. And the very first thing I would do, I would take the 10,000, I would divide it into three little units. The first unit, I would put all that money into marketing, and I'm going to be marketing to homeowners direct. And then on top of that, I'm going to be marketing to homeowners that are highly motivated. Okay. I'm not going to be talking to every Joe and Bob that wants to sell their home. No, no, no. That's what real estate agents do. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm the pawn shop of real estate. I provide people equity cash for their homes, and therefore it demands a discount, or it demands creative ideas, where I'm going to show you in a second, number two and three. Now, number one is one very, very important, because if you have $10,000 and you divide into three segments, and you spend your very first segment and you never find a deal, then you might want to just save your other money and not go any forward, because the key of this business is to generate leads. And if you cannot generate leads, then you better put up the hat and save the remaining of your money, because now you just learned you can't do this business. You just learned you can't do this business, and it's over. Okay. So again, if you had $10,000, I would divide it into three sections. The very first section would be marketing, because in the business of the pawn shop, what I'm in, I focus only to motivated sellers, not every Joe and Bob. And if I cannot generate them in one third of my $10,000, then I need to hang up my hat and I'm ahead, because I have two-thirds in my pocket, and I'm ahead. Versus going borrowing money to get into debt, versus putting it on your credit card, hard money lender, where you're just hanging yourself. You've already got ahead, like realize you can't do this. Now, for the majority of people that are able to generate motivated sellers, the phones are going to start ringing. They're going to find people that are going to a divorce. They're going to be that lost their husbands or wives or grandparents or etc., job loss, etc., because of the way the market is. Then the next step is, remember, you have $10,000. You're going to divide it into one third. The next step is now the education, okay? Because you have to learn how to structure these deals. You have to learn how to negotiate. You have to learn how to filter, because everyone that calls you is not your customer. Because if you don't know who your customer is, then you're going to spend a lot of time, what I call life energy, running around and wasting other people's times too, home sellers, that you're not going to be able to help out, because that's not your business. So the filtering you have to know how to do. So if I had 10,000 bucks, I would put the first third into marketing. The second third I would put into education, okay, and legal fees when I find a deal for me to be able to close it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so in the education part, uh, this is where Mr. No Fluff comes in. I can show you how to structure these deals. I can show you how to filter them. I can show you how to generate leads without losing your one third of your money. More importantly, I can show you to save your one third in the marketing, because I can show you how to generate leads for free in your backyard. Okay, and I have tremendous amount of success with my students generating leads in the comfort of their home. So the education part is one third would go to education and, for example, title, legal, stuff like that, to close the deal. However, at Mr. No Fluff, that one third again goes into your pocket, because right now I'm having a flash sale where we meet once a week. Okay, and I teach you all this stuff for just $71 a month, ladies and gentlemen. That's less than $20 per meeting. You can go to your local REI club where they try to sell you something, or we can partner up and profit share, right? Because the market is going down. And it's the best time, in my opinion, to get in real estate. And I want to buy the deals. That's why I'm hooking you guys up. Bring me your deals, right? Or let's partner up and let's profit share on these deals, right? At MrNoFluff.com. So the second part I would put into the education. And with me at Mr. No Fluff, you get to keep majority of that one third for the education, because I'm going to profit share with you. So when you join me, not only do you get to save on the marketing, because I show you how to generate the leads for free. So that 130 you would spend on marketing normally, you put it in your pocket. And on the education, instead of spending thousands of dollars to go all these places that just trying to sell you courses, we can profit share off 9 deals, and you'll put majority of that money into your pocket. Okay. Now the third section of that $10,000, again, because you're going to divide it into three parts. One part goes to marketing, one part goes to education and the the title company, etc., to do the closing, and the other third goes into the capital you need to buy these homes through strategies, what I call seller financing, owner financing, what the seller becomes your bank. Now, I've been doing these strategies since 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. What these strategies that I teach, not only can you buy houses at 60 cents on a dollar, but more importantly, you can buy houses where the seller becomes your bank, so you don't have to come up with all the purchase price. Okay. If you learn how to sweeten the tea, as I say, because I'm always drinking tea, right? Like right now, I'm drinking tea, but I'm not putting fake sugars in there. I'm actually putting figs in there, guys, and it's delicious. But it sweets my tea up, and it's natural, and it's healthy. And that's what I try to teach my students is that there's natural ways to do stuff without getting toxic debt, without getting this fructose fake sugars that made in test tubes that causes obesities and diabetes and all this diseases that they have, right? But go natural, use creativity. So if I had 10,000 bucks, I would divide into three sectors. One sector would be my marketing, where at Mr. No Fluff Profit Sharing, I show you how to save all that money. But if you go other options, you have to have the money for that. Second, I would put into the education because once the leads start coming in, you have to learn how to structure these deals. You need to learn how to filter them. You need to know how to negotiate them. You need to know how to do all this stuff, right? That's what the education comes into. Now you can get it from me, you can get it somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. You would need the education because if you don't have the education, then you're only thinking traditional ways. Like, hey, let me get a real estate agent. Hey, let me go to the bank. Hey, let me go to hard money lending. All right, which is going to require you to put your neck on the news and take more liabilities versus some of these creative ways like equity maximizers that I just did a video about yesterday, um, subject twos, wraps, etc. And the third section of your $10,000 will be going to actually buying properties, right? But with Mr. No Fluff, you saved on the first one because you didn't have to do the marketing. You saved a lot of money on the education because I'm having a flash sale for $71 a month for 4 meetings, and we'll split the deals nine, and then so you'll have a lot of money in the purchasing. Now, the remaining of that money that you have for purchasing, you're not just going to go drop it down, you know, at once. You're going to create a situation where you give the seller maybe $1,000, where you give the seller $250. So that 3 grand plus the money you save from the first third and the second third now allows you to buy more properties. And instead of just buying one property, putting 10% down, and there goes all your money, now you're able to work with homeowners direct that are motivated, highly motivated, not just any Joe and Bo that wants to sell their home, but motivated sellers. And maybe they're going to let you take over their payments. Maybe they're going to let you do an equity maximizer where you get all the positive cash flow of the property. You don't even have to have the ownership. Maybe they're willing to do so many different options. Okay. I'm not going to have time to get into it here. So instead of having the purchasing price for one or just getting into debt for one, you can use other people's money. Great example is a subject to or a wrap, where the seller allows you just to make their payments. You step into their shoes and they make their payments, and then you can just give the seller just a little bit of money. You can pay the closing and own the property without coming with hundreds of thousands of dollars and without going through all your cash reserve. And since if you're in the profit sharing, you got to save money on the marketing, which will be at least like 3 grand. You got to save money on the education, which is probably another 2,900 because it's so economic to get into profit sharing. Because when you cash checks is when I cash checks. So the whole goal is to filter out the deadbeats and only deal with highly motivated students that want to do deals. And that's who you should be targeting. You don't want to deal with deadbeat sellers. You want to deal with sellers that are highly motivated. They want to do deals. Okay. So what I preach is exactly what I do. All right. And last but not least, you'll have more money sitting into your third section, which is buying properties. Okay. And you're not going to just buy the property, whatever money you have in one deal. You're going to create notes. You're going to create IOUs because you learn how to sweeten the tea by hanging around with me and downloading my tricks and my tools that I use and I teach hundreds of students now to do deals. It doesn't matter if you're in California. It doesn't matter if you're in Miami. It doesn't matter if you're in New York, New Jersey. I am seeing students in New York, in California, LA, some of the most places that people think, man, my market doesn't work here. This doesn't work in my market. Okay. I hear it all the time, but I have students in all these high congested areas finding motivated sellers, which blows their mind by using my Flipping Wednesdays, which I let you guys have for 98% off when you join my profit sharing. So instead of paying $2,000 for Flipping Wednesdays, you pay just $238. Okay. So that's one of the benefits of joining Mr. No Fluff because I fund your deals. I'll let you download my tools that actually work for 98% off. And then I guarantee the money back once we do the 9 deals because I don't want to make the money on the tools. I want to make the money on the deals. 100% money back guarantee. And then we'll partner up on 9 deals. I help you talk to the sellers if you need to, help you negotiate whatever is required. For me, you need to get a check because we're linear. How can you join the profit sharing? Just go to mrnofluff.com or profitsharing.mrnofluff.com. Guys, this flash sale is going to be ending very, very soon. So don't wait around and then message me, say, hey, Mike, can I get it for $71? No, because the price is going up. And if I was you, I would not wait around. This is revolutionary. No one out there is doing what I'm doing because I use imagination and creativity, not only with you, with the home sellers. And that's why my stuff works, because I'm just not getting on the bandwagon of everyone else. I came here as a refugee with $100, was able to turn that into multiple businesses, multiple rental houses, never talked to a bank, never put it on a credit card, never talked to a hard money lender. And that's what I'm letting you access to. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Click the like button and see you soon. Peace.